everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to Mystical Munchies featuring Redo Month for October 2025. Our last redo for the month takes us back to the Dungeons & Dragons Flavors of the Multiverse Cookbook, where we're revisiting the drink, Irlymeyer's Dragonfire Punch. The part that we're redoing is going to come into play when we move over to the table, but let's start by telling the story. The golden rule with any good tavern punch is that, when going down, it should feel like you were struck by a physical one and make you more inclined to throw one, such as the case with the potent potable, sometimes called Irlymeyer's Dragonfire Punch. A creation of the mysterious mixologist for whom the drink is named, and perfected by Oteek Sandath of the Inn of the Last Home, this refreshing beverage is chock full of domestic and imported juices from across Kryn, including cranberry, orange, and pineapple. The punch comes from the generous amounts of brandy and sparkling wine. Originally named for its use of poisonous dragon's rose blossoms, the recipe has changed significantly over the years, but its effect upon patrons has not. Well, let's hope it doesn't have much of an effect on me, but the only way we're going to find out about that is to move over to the table where the ingredients are waiting for us. In order to make this recipe, we need to find the laser pointer properly, but we need 3 cups of cranberry juice cocktail, 1/3 of a cup of frozen orange juice concentrate that I'm working on thawing, half a cup of pineapple juice concentrate that I'm also thawing, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, a cup of brandy. Last time we made this recipe, we used non-alcoholic bourbon, so I'm actually using brandy this time, which is what the recipe calls for. A cup of large ice cubes, plus more for serving. Then we need a 750 milliliter bottle of Prosecco or other sparkling wine. I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc and a non-alcoholic Sauvignon Blanc. And you could use a large orange, scrubbed and thinly sliced. I'm going to skip that, though, because I don't bother with garnish ingredients. With that, let's move into the kitchen and start putting this recipe together. We've got our pitcher right here, so we're going to start putting the ingredients together. So we're going to start off with the cranberry juice cocktail. We need 3 cups of this. Easy does it. And I want to make sure I can read the meniscus. There we are. And here comes the 1/3. We can put that back in the fridge. Then we want the concentrates. Here's the orange juice concentrate. Seeing if I can get a little more liquid, a little bit more of the liquid out of here. This is probably fine. Get a little more there. Then we'll get our 1/2 cup of the pineapple juice concentrate. I'm going to see if I can bust this up a little bit more. There we are. That should help. The spoon in there for just a second. Oh yeah. That helped. A little bit more in there. Okay. Then we'll grab the lemon juice, which I've got right here, along with my 1.5 tablespoon measuring spoon. One and a half. And 3. Try to keep that pitcher front and center in the shot. And then the last thing we need here is our cup of brandy. Assuming this wants to open. There we go. Oh, these spigots are, well, let's see. Actually, that's the 1.5 cups. I need the 1 cup. So hold on while I grab the right measuring cup out. There we are. Let's see if this pours well enough for me. Oh, this should be fine. There we go. Okay. We've got that all poured in, and we'll stir it to blend. Now, this part of the recipe can be made a day ahead. Can be made a day ahead, covered and refrigerated. But of course, we're going to be serving it straight away. I think that's as good as we're going to get that. So, now that we're ready to serve, we're going to add the ice to the mix. So I'm going to grab a few cubes of ice out of the freezer. There's some ice cubes going in. A couple more. And we'll stir to chill and blend. Then we'll grab our sparkling wine. Like I said, in this case I'm using Sauvignon Blanc. We'll pour this in, hopefully without too much overflow. Oh. There we are. I'll mix that up as well. Okay. Probably supposed to stir it gently. Of course, that does not look to be too gently. Anywho, now with that being done, I'll put the cap back on. I know I've got a highball glass in here. Here we go. For my alma mater that I don't get to show off very often. So we'll give that a pour. And with that, I will meet you guys over at my desk for the taste test. I've got some of the punch right here. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Oh my God, Phoenix Knight, it's a drink recipe. How hard is it? Pour a bunch of stuff together and enjoy. you're not wrong on that. A lot of these are about the story, and it's so rare that I need a drink anyway. It's usually 5 when I have 5 Saturdays in a month. In this case, though, I didn't really have a side that I wanted to redo. The Greg's garlicky mayonnaise and fries probably could qualify as the side, but either way on that one. So, without further ado, let's give this a taste and see what I think. Admittedly, I was nervous about the brandy in here because I've chosen not to drink alcohol. So hopefully I'm able to handle this, but I think it'll be fine. It's a cup of brandy spread over 2.5 quarts. So I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. There's also the fact that I was using a non-alcoholic white wine. So I think that'll help too as far as whether I'm able to handle this. Plus, I'm only going to take I only took 2 sips from this anyway. And I don't know how much more I'm doing than that because I think I was kind of apprehensive about the taste the first time through, and that apprehension, even with the brandy in here, hasn't changed. Yeah, I'm not really liking the taste of this one. But even just I think that it's not too bad going down, but the problem is, especially as I'm noticing it now in the aftermath, there's an aftertaste coming out that I don't really care for. So I don't think we're going to be doing much with this. I don't think we're going to be doing much more with this Dragonfire punch. I'm probably going to end up pouring the pitcher I've got out, but we'll see about that. That's another episode of Mystical Munchies in the books, though. Next week, we'll be into a new cookbook, but I'll talk more about that during Pinot with Phoenix on Friday next week. As for what else we've got coming up on the channel, probably later this morning to early this afternoon, we're going to go debut a new racing game on the channel as part of Wide World of Sports testing as we play Red, White, and Blue Racing by Play Games. Later tonight, we're going to do another football stress test as we play Season Ticket Football by Sports Mogul. Tomorrow morning, the fall campaign in B-17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG will continue. Wednesday, we're playing Alone Against Fear by Ganesha Games, and as I mentioned, Pinot with Phoenix will be on Friday next week. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications to get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.